Let's be real. Discipline sounds exhausting. You picture someone waking up at 5 a.m., taking ice baths, working out twice a day, eating plain chicken and broccoli, and somehow still having the energy to hustle at work or school. And if you've ever thought, I could never be that disciplined, you're not alone. Most people feel the same way. But what if I told you discipline isn't about suffering? It's not about being naturally strong-willed, forcing yourself through grueling routines, or having superhuman self-control. In fact, discipline isn't even about motivation. There's a much easier way to build it. A way that doesn't rely on willpower, doesn't require a personality transplant, and works even if you failed 100 times before. And today, I'm going to share exactly how you can make discipline effortless with just one simple trick. But before we get to that, let's bust a few discipline myths that are probably holding you back. Myth number 1. Discipline means being motivated all the time. Here's a hard truth. Motivation is unreliable. Some days you wake up fired up and ready to go. Other days you hit snooze 5 times and barely drag yourself out of bed. If you rely on motivation, you're setting yourself up for failure. Think about New Year's resolutions. People feel motivated on January 1st, but by February, 80% of resolutions fail. Why? Because motivation fades. Discipline isn't about waiting to feel like doing something. It's about making action so easy that you don't need motivation at all. Myth number 2, you just need more willpower. Ever tried to just power through something and failed miserably? That's because willpower is a finite resource. You start the day with a full tank, but every decision you make drains it. What to wear, what to eat, which task to start. That's why by evening, people give in to junk food, skip workouts, or binge Netflix instead of being productive. That's why discipline isn't about pushing harder. It's about removing obstacles so you don't have to push at all. Myth number 3, discipline means doing hard things all at once. Have you ever said, that's it? I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m., read a book a week, exercise daily, and change my life overnight. And then, a few days later, you're back to your old habits? That's because radical change all at once overwhelms your brain. The truth is, discipline isn't built in a day. It's built in tiny, repeatable actions. And that's exactly where our easy trick comes in. The one easy trick, the 2-minute rule. So, what's the secret to effortless discipline? It's called the 2-minute rule, and it's so simple you might roll your eyes, but trust me, this is the key to making discipline feel automatic. What is the 2-minute rule? If something feels overwhelming, just do it for 2 minutes. That's it. Not 30 minutes, not an hour. Just 2 minutes. Why? Because the hardest part of any habit is getting started. Once you begin, your brain switches from thinking about doing something to actually doing it. Why does this work? The science behind it. Your brain hates uncertainty and big commitments. But when something is small and easy, your brain goes, okay, I can do that. It's the same reason why we pick up our phones to check one notification and end up scrolling for 30 minutes. Once you start, it's easier to keep going. This trick takes advantage of the momentum effect. Once you start moving, you naturally continue. Let's say you want to start exercising, but the idea of a full workout sounds miserable. Instead of committing to a 45-minute workout, just do 2 minutes of movement. A few jumping jacks, a short walk, anything. Want to start reading more? Read just 1 page. Need to clean your messy room? Fold 1 shirt. Once you start, something interesting happens. You usually keep going. And even if you don't keep going, guess what? You still showed up. You still built the habit of starting. Over time, that's what creates discipline. How to make this work in your life? Now, you might be thinking, okay, but how do I make this stick? Here's a simple 3-step process to make sure this trick actually works in your daily life. Step 1. Lower the bar to the smallest possible action. The key to making discipline effortless is reducing friction. If a task feels overwhelming, break it down until it feels so easy it's almost ridiculous. Want to journal daily? Write 1 sentence. Need to drink more water? Take 1 sip. Struggling to meditate? Close your eyes for 30 seconds. The smaller the action, the easier it is to start. And once you start, you're already winning. Step 2. Stack it onto something you already do. Habits stick when they're anchored to existing routines. This is called habit stacking, and it's a game changer. For example, after brushing your teeth, do 2 minutes of stretching. Before opening social media, read 1 page of a book. When you make your morning coffee, take 1 deep breath to reset your mind. By linking new habits to old ones, you create a natural flow instead of forcing discipline from scratch. Step 3. Focus on consistency, not perfection. Discipline isn't about doing things perfectly. It's about showing up, even in the smallest way, every single day. Miss a day? No big deal. Just start again tomorrow. No guilt, no beating yourself up. Why this works? Here's the truth. You don't need to be naturally disciplined to build discipline. You don't need more willpower. You don't need to suffer through exhausting routines. All you need is to make starting easy. Because once you start, discipline takes care of itself. So here's my challenge to you. Pick one thing you've been putting off and apply the 2-minute rule today. Right now. Just 2 minutes. That's it. And who knows? It might just change everything. If this helped, hit like so more people can see it. And if you want more simple, science-backed strategies for self-growth, make sure to subscribe. I've got plenty more coming your way. And let me know in the comments, what's one habit you're going to apply the 2-minute rule to? I'd love to hear what you're working on. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.